Yeah, all good, mate.
Where do you feel like that one got away from you guys? Looked like the second quarter was...
Yeah, we took a timeout with 3 minutes to go. I think we were down 7. Wanted to kind of give us a breather and come back focused. I finished the last 3 minutes. Made a few mistakes. Golden got open for a few shots. Missed a few free throws. Game kind of got away from there, but in all honesty, to come here into a back-to-back, the way we have with the travel and everything and the time difference, this looked like a 30-point game at halftime, and the fact that it's 13 matters a lot for us.
You've had some struggles on these second days of back-to-backs. Is there anything in your processes that has to change? Is it something to do you speak to your guys about that, about making sure that you can compete on the second day of those?
Yeah, so we've invested a lot of time on effort and thought and investigation on what's the best way to do this. The reality is that it's just a hard hand that's been dealt when you play in a back-to-back with international travel, and for some reason the second game is at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. It's just a little bit harder. So you miss more threes and you miss more free throws and you're a little bit late and you don't get to see Zylan dunk the ball, and there's a lot of trickle-down effects that come from the fact that we come into the game a little bit tired. But that being said, the next back-to-back is the same, and we're going to need to win that game. So we know that we can compete in these situations. Illawarra game was in a very similar situation and went down to the wire on a layup. So we know that we can win in these situations too. And it's a challenge we need to embrace.
You guys came out quite strong, I think, on the back of Will. What does it mean for this team when he's going downhill, he's got his head on the rim?
Yeah, we all know what Will can do. You kind of need to pick your poison. 2 nights ago, people tried to pick their poison on the three-point line, buried them. Here they tried to pick their poison on the rim. Will's +9 in 22 minutes. So he's a very important player for us. He always was, he always is. I just need him to stay healthy.
Will, what did you see out there that helped you get out to that really strong start? It seemed like you were sort of doing whatever you wanted with the ball in your hands.
I mean, it was just giving what they were taking me. Going under on some on balls. It was just Z and Mango setting some good picks, getting me free, and Dennis was on me, make the read. I think I'm doing a pretty good job of that lately, so I just stick at it.
Do you feel like you're back to sort of as good as your peak was last season after all these injuries? It seems like you have to dust off a little bit of rust, but be back to sort of where you want to be?
8 minutes short, but yeah.
I don't know. No, I mean, I think I've been gradually building. Obviously, injury after injury, and just playing through them. But hopefully, these last 2 games we can get back to that, and we can get our first doubleheader win of the year.
Mody, I think we've seen more and more minutes with Will and Parker on the floor together. What have you liked out of the minutes with those 2 sharing the floor?
Honestly, all of it. There's a nice energy building there. We knew this was something that is not the most natural fit in the world, but I also had a lot of faith that this is something that can work. They both think fast, they're willing passers, there's obviously a difference in size, etc. So it was always something that we felt could work. We needed some time. We needed time to practice like this, we needed time to play like this. Sadly, that wasn't given to us, but I think they're finding their rhythm now, and they're doing it really well. Will's playing, we see that Will's playing great, and it's taking nothing away from Parker, and Parker's playing great, and it's taking nothing away from Will. And this is kind of, with everything that's happened to us lately, this is where this team lies right now. It's in the hands of these 2 guys, and them creating for each other, for themselves, from everyone, is kind of how we're going to roll.
How does it change out there when it doesn't seem like the whistle is going your way? Do you approach things differently? Do you talk to your team about it? What changes for you?
The change doesn't need to be with us. Next question.
Mody, when you see three of your guys fouled out, is there anything that you can do to make sure that doesn't occur again?
No.
And how big is the loss of Anthony Lamb in your side? How different has your squad been without him being in your squad?
Pretty big.
Will as well, how's the difference without Anthony Lamb in your squad?
What did Mody say? Big?
Say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
No, I mean, obviously he's like you can argue top, not even argument really, top 3 player in the league. creates so much for us. We just have to go to different areas, change the way. I don't know if we really have to change the way we play, honestly. Yeah, it's just going to be different guys getting different looks, that's all.
Mody, late in those quarters, especially in the final 2 minutes, Melbourne United seemed to find ways to be able to go and score big scoring runs. Is that an added part of, I suppose, this system that you need to look at, like, you know, with back-to-back games and being able to...
There's no system that we need to look at. We are covering all our bases at a very high level with real investment from a lot of people, effort, time, money, etc., to overcome the obstacles that have been set in front of us. Is execution in the last few minutes of a quarter something that has to do with fatigue? Potentially. You're right that this was a theme in this game. They had nice, important runs in every one of those quarters. I need to go look back at my substitution patterns. Maybe I kept somebody on the court for too long. But in reality, credit to them. They're a very high IQ team with a lot of experience and a lot of players who really know what they're doing and know what they're doing on the fly also. So they took advantage of this, and this is something that we'll learn from because it's very important moving forward.
Is there a way for you to get Finn going? It seems like ever since he's come back, he's finding some trouble finding his spots. How do you get him going?
He was instrumental in our last win against Illawarra. That lineup of Finn and Z at the end of the game was the one that won us the game. And he made a few huge plays. Defense on Froling, loose balls, transition threes. For a guy who hasn't played for so long, back-to-back stuff. And I still think he competed the right way today. He looked, to me, he didn't make his shots, but he looked sharper, faster. He was moving kind of at the pace that the game was moving, which is great. I'm actually pretty optimistic about Finn moving forward after these last two.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.